Hey, this is Kevin Farley, and you're listening to The Barn.
Hi, welcome to The Barn, live from The Barn studio. You got the Mox here, and I'm joined online right now with a special guest, actor, comedian, writer, podcaster, husband, father, all the titles. We got Mr. Kevin Farley online. Kevin, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good. Did you say rioter in there? Like I riot?
Writer.
You said writer. Okay, I thought you said rioter. I'm like, oh no, I don't rioter. Yeah, I'm a writer too. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to start those rumors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, we're excited. You're in town right now. You'll be playing at the Westport Funny Bone tonight. And then for the rest of the weekend, April 20th through the 21st, you're going to be at St. Charles Funny Bone. And we want to shout out Ron for setting this up, who works the Funny Bones there. So, looking forward to the shows this weekend.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love the Funny Bones here in town. You've got two really great ones, and each one of them is different, but they're still great clubs in their own right, and I love both of them. So every time I come here, I love it because, the people are so adept at comedy. They love comedy. They love coming out. And every time I've come here, they've been great shows. So I'm looking forward to it.
And of all the things, we kind of mentioned you're a man of many talents. Of all the things that you do, where does stand-up comedy kind of fit into that? Is it one of your true loves?
Yeah, I do most of the time. I'm doing stand-up, out on the road. And I do love it because of the immediacy, and you're right there with the crowd. You get to see if things are working or not working, And, with television and or film, you have to wait till it comes out. And so you really don't know if it's working or not. You hope it is, but you don't have that immediate reaction of the audience,
Is it still thrilling for you to get up on stage? And I know you have a set, right? But there's probably some unknown of what might happen, how the crowd might respond, or what kind of thing you're going to be dealing with that night. Is there still an excitement there?
Oh, yeah. Especially when you're trying out new stuff, and you have an idea that might work, and then you have to think of the execution. So both of those things require pretty much all my brain capacity, and that makes it exciting. But it's hard work, but it's exciting because you just don't know what's going to happen, and it's when you do a joke that doesn't work, it's kind of heartbreaking. You think it's going to work and it doesn't, So, yeah, it's like a tight wire. What do they call that? High wire act.
Right. I'm a big Norm Macdonald fan, and I know you guys were close, and you guys worked a lot together. But I don't think I've ever missed Norm as much as I did last week when OJ died. We all needed Norm at that point, and that would have been great for Norm, I think. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Norm, and we kind of hear about all his kind of his personality and how that could be kind of different at times. Tell us about Norm.
Different at times, yeah, definitely different at times. I picture Norm meeting OJ up in heaven, and that whole conversation. Hey, sorry, I made some jokes about you. But, I'm kind of not sorry, but I don't know.
Right.
Well, I don't think OJ's in heaven, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Normie was a good friend of mine. We golfed a lot. I guess I'm still kind of shocked he's not here. And I think with Norm, it just was, you never knew. You kind of knew what you were going to get, but he also surprised you a lot. He loved people. I don't know if people know that. He loved sitting down with people and talking to them. We golfed a lot, and his golf game was up and down. But when he didn't have a golf game, because he'd always compete pretty hard, and then he'd turn into a golf commentator. I'd be putting, and he'd be like, Kevin Farley with a 12-foot putt, can he make it for the lead? And I'd be like, Norm, can I just putt, please?
Right.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing he'd do. He loved sports and he loved gambling, and he was just a joy. I learned comedy from Norm. I learned how to develop a joke and be on stage. I just learned so much from him. I miss him every day. So he was the king. He was the king.
Well, you mentioned the golf thing, and one of my favorite things is when Norm found Twitter. And
Yes.
I don't think he even really knew what to do at first, but then at some point he started just doing commentary on golf, on the Masters or whatever tournament there was. But it was totally out of context. So if you didn't know that he was watching the Masters tournament, you had no idea what he was talking about. But he was basically doing, play by play.
Yeah, I said something to him. I go, I don't think you can do that where you're just commentating on who's leading the Masters. He's like, isn't that what it's for? I'm like, well, no. You're supposed to do other things on it. And he had no idea. Like you say, he didn't know what it was. And then he got really good at it. He liked Twitter, But at first he was just commenting on football or golf.
Yeah.
He's hilarious, but that's the kind of guy he was. He didn't really care, he didn't care at all, So it was just, there's no one like the guy.
I'm a big Howard Stern fan as well. And one of my favorite, appearances when Norm came on and he brought you on.
I remember.
Were you scheduled to go on that day or did he just bring you on? Because it seemed like Howard was almost like, oh, okay, well, here's Kevin as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think was waiting in the room, and he goes, "You want to be on the show?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." So he just brought me on. Yeah, and I was kind of afraid because I know Norm always made fun of me. So I thought, "Oh God, I'm going to get made fun of." But I don't think it wasn't too bad. He held back. But yeah, I mean, being on that show was a thrill too, and he was always such a good guest. Howard loved him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we miss old Normie.
Oh my God, yeah.
Looking forward to the rest of the weekend. You're going to be at Westport Funny Bone tonight, and then the rest of the weekend will be in St. Charles Funny Bone, April 20th through the 21st. Shout out to Ron for hooking this up today. What can we expect when we come and see you? What kind of comedy, and what can the crowd expect at these shows?
Well, I just talk a little bit about what's going on with me, also what's happening in the world. It's kind of a crazy thing going on, and also just continue my weight battle. And, so I try to talk about those things just sort of going on in my life and what's going on around us. And that's pretty much it.
No juggling, no puppets, anything like that?
Well, I'll wrestle. I'll wrestle anyone, But no, I mean, I don't think I can juggle. I'll fire breathe, though.
There you go.
People want to do that, yeah.
I want to ask you real quick. I know that you are an alum of Marquette University. Do you still follow Marquette? Specifically, their basketball team did really well this year. And I wanted to know if you still followed them and get back to the university any.
Yeah, I love Marquette. We had a lot of good times. My brother and I played rugby over there, and I watched their basketball team do really well this year, and every year I'm hoping for getting further in the tournament, but this was a very good team, and my memories of Marquette are just great. I love that school, so I'm always rooting for them, that's for sure.
Yeah, and we are too. Shaka Smart does a heck of a job there, and Tyler Kolick was fun to watch. And some of our sports stuff, we cover Marquette. So I wanted to ask you about that. This is Kevin Farley, and he will be at Westport Funny Bone tonight, April 19th, and then St. Charles Funny Bone, April 20th through the 21st. This is the Barn. Kevin, we really appreciate your time today and look forward to coming out to the shows.
Hey, thanks, you guys. I appreciate you having me, and I hope people show up because we're going to have a good time. I want to have a party.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, thank you.